All right, welcome back to Mastering MMA. I'm Coach Lee here with you. We got Eric again today. We just finished up a session. Gonna shoot a video here real quick. Today we are going to go into the arm triangle choke, also called head and arm choke. But we're gonna show some details that I use to help finish it. This is something I like to hit a lot off the attacking the back. So we'll show from there. There's a couple different ways to get into it, but that's my favorite place to get into this spot. So if you get some information out of this video, definitely hit like for me. I'd appreciate it. So we'll go ahead and start here with Eric. I'm going to take his back. So when we're doing this, I always tell my students, even I started telling my kids this because it made sense for them, but then it works well for adults too, is when I'm in this position, the seatbelt position, I always want to drop them to the side that's wrapped around their neck. And I always explained it as, think of your bicep as the pillow, and you put their head on the pillow to put them to sleep. So when I drag him down, I want to go to this side. As he turns to get his back on the mat, and I'll turn around and show the other angle of this, I'm going to shoot this arm deeper, and I'm going to pull my right leg out. So as he starts to slide his back down, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to come up and shoot this arm really deep around. I want my bicep on the side of his throat, on the opposite side of his throat. So let's show it the other way. All right, so I'm here. I got this seatbelt grip. I want to yank him down to this side. I want to put his head on the pillow to put him to sleep. So here's where I would start attacking this. But he's going to do a good job of clearing this foot down and starting to get his back to the mat. Stop right there for a second. So as he does this, I want to shoot this arm deeper, and I'm going to go belly down here. So as he does this, I'm going to come here, I'm going to shoot this deep, and I want to get my bicep on his carotid and the side of his throat here. I want to be able to start putting pressure here, and you can actually, I don't know if y'all can see, but his face is starting to turn a little red. But this is where I'm going to go with this. So let's turn with your head to the camera. All right, so we're back in this position, right? I'm here. I'm going to gable grip, that's no thumbs, and I'm pushing with my ear into his tricep here. I'm trying to push his shoulder in. So I'm gable grip, I'll come there, and I'll push in, and then I shoot this up to a rear naked choke style grip. So I'm grabbing my own bicep, I'm locking my arm in, and I like to come here on his forehead and kind of open his head up a little bit so I push that arm a hair deeper. You good there? Mm-hmm. All right. So once I get to here, I've got my hips down, I'm kind of laying flat here, and I don't want to let him roll that way. If he rolls that way, he starts to loosen the pressure on this arm. Right? So I'm going to sink down here, and I kind of scoot away from him. Now I flex my bicep into his neck a little bit, and this will slow down the blood flow. So I give it a couple seconds here, I'm pushing in on his other arm, and then I'm going to switch my hips under, and I squeeze with everything, and then I get my tap. And there it goes to sleep. He was pretty close there. I saw his eyes rolling a little bit. So that's how we're gonna get into that from the rear naked choke. The reason I squeeze with just my bicep for a while to slow down that one side of the blood is so that when I switch my hips and I squeeze with everything, he's gonna go unconscious before I get burnt out on my squeeze. All right, so we'll go through this again. We're here. I drag him down to the pillow side, and I'm trying to hit this choke. He clears my foot here, and he starts out. I'm going to roll over, and I shoot my arm really deep, and I kind of go hips down, and I gable grip, and I start working this in a little bit tighter. Then I switch to my rear naked choke grip. I open his head some. I push in on his arm. From here, I'm going to scoot away a little bit, and I just flex my bicep to start to slow down the blood. I sit here for a few seconds, and then after a few seconds, I switch my hip under, and I squeeze everything nice and tight, and I get the good tap. So that's how we enter it from the rear naked choke. Lay down here. Side control is another place I enter it a good bit from. So we'll be here, and this will end up here. So I see a lot of people try to go over here, and they get their legs stuck. Right? This ends up happening. And then they can't finish it because that happens. So what I like to do here is I'll come in here. A lot of times I do like a little S grip here. But I'll start my knee on, and I keep my foot, like if I had shoes on, my shoestrings would be on his hip. So I'm here like this, and then I take my other leg, and I'll post my head, and my other leg makes an X on his legs here. Now he can't bring his legs up to trap my leg. And then I kick off, and I drop down into this. I'll switch to my gable grip, and then everything becomes the same. I start working this in, I switch to this grip, I open this up, I scoot away, I flex my bicep into him a little bit, then I switch my hips, and he goes unconscious. So that X protects you from getting caught in half guard, and make sure you post your head so you have good balance. So you got anything to add to this?
Definitely effective.
Good, good. That's what we want here. People going unconscious. Anyways, that's what I got. If you haven't yet, hit that like button because I know you got some good advice out of this and you're going to use it. If you haven't subscribed yet, do that. Hit the notification bell. Please share on your social media. Let's get some new eyes on this, and we will catch you next time on Mastering MMA.